Welcome to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
And I'm Shagdog. I was dreaming there for a second. Hey, Jammer, I'm doing a Heineken. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review, and I occasionally will do something like Heineken. This is a 25-ounce can of delicious Heineken.
Babe, I'm leaving. I said it all before.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
drinking my beer.
That's what I know. That song sounded familiar. I was like, "What is that?" Okay.
And I'll be thirsty without you. This is a bad name for a drink.
What's it called?
Goodboy.
Goodboy.
Hey, Shagdog, you're really pounding those good boys.
That's true.
Man, you're really sucking those good boys down.
Hey, Scoutmaster, you want another good boy?
I just,
Hey, Father O'Hara. Oh, Father O'Hara, you want another good boy?
You want another good boy? It's Good Boy vodka, peach iced tea, and lemonade. Vodka with natural flavors and artificial sweetener. It's the John Daly cocktail, which could mean something in itself that he's saying it's a John Daly cocktail.
So for the good
And
boys.
it's a good boy. I don't know. This is our charity-driven vodka. Charity. To lure the little boys in. Brand has expanded. Good Boy Vodka brand has expanded its horizons in the cocktail world. Not only are we passionate about helping our furry friends and veterans, we are always focused on the highest quality ingredients in all our products. We pledge to give you the best tasting products out there while giving back to charities we are fond of. And only 95 calories. It's made with real tea and made with craft vodka. It's from Cincinnati, Ohio, Shagdog. And I'm assuming they mean good boy as in, come here, good boy. Come on. Oh, that's a good boy. Talk about the dog. Because it said our furry friends. Unless they
That could be
mean,
it, yeah.
kids
Hairy
that have
little
a lot of
boys
hair.
hit puberty early, at 11 or 12.
We're going to hell.
Just joking.
Mine has got that tea, iced tea and lemonade look. The head is kind of dissipated and everything. Smells like peaches. Smells like black tea and a little lemon there. It's a little citrus. I'm diving in, Shagdog.
All right, Jared. Cheers, brother. Hey, I'm doing a Heineken. It's your pale lager. I think they're still their own company, right? I mean, it says Heineken Netherland BV for the brewery.
I'm not
or
sure.
whatever. But I think they own a lot of stuff. They're like the InBev of Europe, basically. I think Heineken owns crap load of stuff. Yeah, they do. Matter of fact, Edelweiss, Newcastle, they own McFarland. Not a lot, but Desperado, Buckler, and this gets a beer advocate score of course, I had to go to their brewery page. 5% European pale lager. 3 ingredients, they're all natural: barley, hops, and water. They don't tell you what hops. So according to that would be the Ryan High School boat, right?
Yeah.
If that's the only 3 ingredients they use.
Yeah.
But nice frothy head as it laces sticking on the glass, so I don't like that, when it gets a little sticky. And it's still a finger head. And it's clear golden, pale golden. Yeah, I'm going to finger some heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there you go, Jammer. It smells a little skunky, maybe a little floral hop, malty, bready.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's do it. Barley and hops and water.
I'm going to tell you right now, the first couple of these that I had. They have. Don't get me wrong. The flavoring of the iced tea and the lemonade together, and then the blackberry one and lemonade, and now this peach lemonade. The flavor of the peach is good. The citrus lemonade is good, but that sucralose that they're using, it just overpowers everything with that fake sweetness, and I just can't stand that. I can overcome it with the regular iced tea and lemonade for some reason. The blackberry was very difficult for me to overcome. And now this one is another one. And I have to think to myself that this is going to be a total bomb.
Yeah, you got it. I think your bomb was bigger than my bomb.
But overall, for what it is, it's not a bad drink. I just don't pick the care for it. Yeah, that would be a good one to do. Yeah, exactly. Or,
all right,
this will get you going. If you drink too many of these, you'll be throwing it up for sure. I can't.
Sorry, I interrupted you so much.
Sweetness is just too much. I give this. For what it is, I can't rate it too low, But I think I'll give this a C- and a swallow.
A C- and a swallow.
Yeah.
Is it worse than the other two that you did by them, or?
No, I mean it's just
Same.
The iced tea and lemonade is good. I can overcome the sweetness of that sucralose sweetness.
Right.
This sucralose sweetness and the blackberry one, it's very hard to overcome after you've been drinking it for a little while. And this peach, of course, is really sweet.
Now, does that have mango?
Accentuates the sweetness even more. They do have a peach mango.
Okay, so it's different. Okay, because I did see a peach mango one, but that's just straight up peach.
And lemonade.
And lemonade, okay.
Iced tea, peach iced tea, and lemonade. So, unfortunately, I have to give it something lower because it's just that peach. It really brings out the sweetness that sucralose does. That peach flavor. And it's just.
Oh.
Yeah, just makes me want to.
Yeah, this is your typical Euro lager. I mean, if you think of Euro lagers, this is like one of the pinnacle ones of mass-produced Euro lagers. Beck's? I don't even see Beck's anymore at stores though. Heineken's the survivor of all the mass-produced like Euro lagers that you might see in an American grocery store. It's not bad. I prefer it out of a can or on tap. Out of bottle, I usually don't like it because it usually gets a little bit more skunkier out of a bottle. And it's not bad. And if that's all they have in it, I can't believe they follow the Ryan Heiskebo. According to this, it says made with three ingredients, and they're all natural: barley, hops, and water. That's like Ryan Heiskebo, right?
What are they considering natural? Because corn is natural.
But it just says made with three, but it doesn't say only three. It just says made with three ingredients, and they're all natural. And made with three ingredients, and they're all natural. Barley, hops, and water. So maybe that's all it is, Jammer. You think?
Barley, hops, and water. Well, they have to have yeast.
I'm going to Googleize it. Yeah. Does Heineken follow the right Heiskebo?
That's just terrible.
Does Heineken follow the German purity law?
Yeah, there you go.
That works. Heineken is brewed conforming to German purity laws, using solely purified water, malted barley, hops, and yeast, using the following 10-stage process. There you go.
Well, if you're going to drink a mass-produced beer that is readily available everywhere you go, that's the funny thing. That's the crazy part. I didn't care much for Beck's per se.
Right.
Heineken I liked. I especially liked Heineken when I was in Jamaica. That was really good down there.
They had a
brewery down there.
Probably fresher.
Yeah. And I can imagine if you were over there where they brew it in Europe, man, that would be really good too. But if they follow that law and everything, then that would explain why I liked them. Because I always
Yeah.
tended to like Heineken better than some of the others.
The only thing I can say that you didn't like Heineken, probably the same as me, is when you get them out of the green bottles and especially a 6-pack,
They
has been
have that,
subjugated to light, ultraviolet rays, and all that. It gets a little skunky.
Yeah,
But out of a can, it's not too bad. And I've had it on tap only once or twice before. On tap, it's pretty good. So
Yeah. Well, it says right here, every pour helps a pup. So yes, this is about animals, Shagdog. Not about
not about boys or anything.
pedophiles drinking vodka.
Not good boys. Not about fat. It does not call fat boys. It's not about fat boys.
But still, yet, I hate to say it, I don't think I would have picked Goodboy because I would just automatically think to myself what some drunk people would talk about.
Yeah. I would have called it Fat Boy, but that's already out. Fat Boy tire.
I wouldn't even do Fat Boy. I would have just said.
I would have said John Daly. That's good enough, right?
Yeah, and then you could always. Oh, they have a dog in the. See, can you see that? In the boy, the O, there's a silhouette dog.
Yeah, that's good.
It's kind of fitting because right now my mom and sister's dog, had a growth on his arm, his leg, and so they took him to the vet today to get it removed and tested to see what it is, and because it looks like a big freaking tumor looking. So they're hoping it's not cancer and that he comes out all right and everything. And
that's good. I saw the video of your mom's birthday dinner. How's she doing?
She's doing all right. She's just worried about the dog.
How old's your mom now, Jammer?
I don't know.
So, what year was she born? Is she getting close to 80 or is she past 80 now?
Let me give you a figure.
Googleize it. Googleize your mom, yeah.
2025, right?
Mm-hmm. Come sail away with me.
I think she's like 83.
Okay. Yeah, because I knew she was a few years older than my mother.
Or actually, 84? Yeah, 81 or 82.
81, yeah. 81, Jammer. I wonder if your mother has to do the same now. How old's my son? Let me Googleize this.
I have to do that for myself. So.
I have done it a couple times. Wait, am I? I had to, not every day, but there's been a couple times wait, what? What?
The only thing that helps me is the fact that it's a 5 now, and I know that -5 is 1 is 4.
Right, so
then I just, okay.
Yeah. I remember, you remember Cal one year when she turned, this was the year she turned 50. She was still thinking she was 49. She's like, yeah, I turned 50 in July. And I'm like, you're already 50. She goes, no, I'm not. I'm like, you were born in 70, right? And it was 2000. And I'm like, you're 50. It's like October of 2000.
But she was born in 70 and it's 2000. She had
or 2020, I meant. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, you got me.
Don't confuse me.
Yeah, that was a test.
I'm already confused by this whole name of this thing, all right?
Yeah, they should call it John Daly's doing the long drive to the Long Boys.
Or just call it that one. Doggy.
I guess they should have more of a dog theme on there, though. But why have John Daly on there, though, with a dog? What's John Daly got to do with fucking dogs?
It's just his name to promote it, that's all.
He's probably getting a kickback, huh?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Just a little bit.
This is a special edition, too.
How much of a kickback you think he gets? 5%? 2%? What?
Of what? Each beverage?
For the sales.
I think it's just a a flat deal.
Oh, so they give them like 750,000 or
Yeah, we'll
500,000.
give you X amount of dollars for this year, and
That'd be better because if it doesn't sell good,
yeah.
you might as well take the big check, you know. But in hindsight, if that shit became popular, most selling alcoholic beverage in the
Well, let's
world.
be honest. Do you really think this is going to become super popular?
But you are true. But I would put that in the contract. Well, I'll take the flat rate, but if this becomes more than this amount,
If
then
it
I
becomes super popular, or if it becomes so popular that it hits this threshold here,
then I
in
want like
sales,
5% or
then I
10%,
want five
whatever
cents
it
a
is.
can,
Yeah, 5 cents or something.
a penny a can.
There you go.
That's
But
being nice.
most stuff named after people has this little quick phase and then it's done with. Reggie
Well,
Jackson bar.
that's my thing. This right here, I don't think it's going to become super popular. I
Right.
think it's great that they're doing this charitable stuff for veterans and animals, and John Daly's being a part of it to help promote it and everything. That's wonderful. Uh, and I believe the Good Boy vodka is popular. I just never really heard of it.
Yeah. I mean, you think of other things that have stars or famous people's names, like Reggie Jackson bar. That lasted a couple of years, back in the late
Yeah,
70s, maybe early 80s. Anything else?
not that I know of.
I'm sure Reggie Jackson must have got a kickback on that somehow.
On their website, they do have a lot of things showing the dog silhouette, so that's a good
Huh.
thing. Good Boy Vodka was founded with a deep appreciation for the finest moments and the unforgettable memories that come with them. But we are more than just vodka brand. We are a purpose-driven lifestyle brand committed to making a difference, giving back at this core. And our mission began with a focus on helping military veterans, K9s, and pet shelters across the country, and we're expanding our impact. This year, with new product launches, we have honored to support organizations that assist women through challenging times, including breast cancer recovery, as well as empowering and uplifting women. So they're doing a lot of good things, and the canine dogs, that's a good thing, and the veterans and so forth. That's really awesome. I do like the fact that they're doing these things.
Yeah.
It's just that
Yeah.
the name to me just becomes a very pedophile type thing.
Yeah, they should promenade the dog a little bit more instead of being within the letter. They should put a big dog on there and somebody petting its head
Promenade.
or something. Yeah, promenade. Yeah.
You're making
Pro-
up words too. Huh?
Prominent.
You know what?
Make it more
Shagdog,
prominent.
let's promenade this.
You go right ahead, prominent. But I meant make it more prominent, right? Prominent, is that the word? Yeah. I shouldn't be saying words I hardly ever use. I'm like, I know them. I've heard words, but then I try to say it in a different form. Yeah.
Make big.
That was you, though. That was because I couldn't see something. You're like, make big. You're trying to talk to me in caveman language. Maybe I don't understand, right? Yeah. Hey, I got my mother, she put it away, though, but I got my grandfather's letters from World War II in Italian, right back to his family, his parents. He was American and he spoke English and Italian. My great grandparents were Italian. But his cursive is so fucking.
Yeah.
I have a hard time reading it, so I would have to sit there that looks like a Z. I'd have to sit there and look at to try to translate it. It's like, tough. Maybe I should take it to somebody that's really expert.
I've been kind of focused on World War II and the whole thing here lately. Learning more about the.
I didn't even know my grandfather was all over the fucking place during World War II. I thought he was just in Italy. He was in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Italy, and then he was somewhere else, like going towards Germany later. I forget what the fuck it was, but he was all over the fucking place. You know what what he was actually? No, he was a truck driver.
Oh.
That's a dangerous job during war, right? You go driving down the road and get bombed and
Well,
shit.
actually, yeah, it is a very dangerous job, as you know, because they bomb the roads, they bomb the,
Yeah,
they straight them, get,
yeah.
the straight them. Was it? What is it? What's that phrase?
I mean, but he was in battle, places of
I'm
battle.
in
So
the airplane and I'm shooting at a convoy, and they
yeah,
call that a straight
strafe.
strafe,
Yeah,
strafing me. Yeah, okay,
right.
all right.
And he was in places of battle, so I'm sure he must have fought. Not like he just sat
Oh
there in
yeah.
his fucking truck watching it or something.
Oh wow, man, they're having a rough time out
And
there.
he's got a lot of awards. My
Hey,
mother's got
when you gonna unload me?
yeah, my mother got all of his army stuff, all the different awards he had and shit. I was like, holy shit, what the award? But when you're in a war zone, you get a lot of shit. He didn't get a Medal of
That's if
Honor
you
or a
have
Bronze Star.
somebody that will actually say he deserves this. Let
Mhm.
me put him up for
Right.
accommodation.
Yeah, he didn't get a Bronze Star or Medal of Honor, but all the other stuff, a couple of things. Yeah.
Well, I can go online and buy an Iron Cross
Oh, yes, you can. Yeah.
and a Purple Heart.
Now, my Army career, I got out and I'm looking at my paperwork, and a couple times I got awards, they didn't put it into my file.
Oh.
But I was on such a hurry getting out there, like, if anything's wrong, you have to go back to get it and bring it to us, copy. Because I had copies of all this shit. I don't give a fuck. Those awards ain't getting me no damn job unless it's a
That might
Medal
have
of
got you some
Honor.
extra money.
Yeah, a Medal of Honor or something like that. Maybe. I'd be like, wow, this guy won the Medal of Honor, but I didn't win the Medal of Honor, of course. So I was
You
in
were
no
a truck
wars.
driver.
I did drive some trucks, but I wasn't a truck driver.
Well, you were
Shit, I remember
you were embodying your grandfather.
one of the first times I drove a Humvee, though. I'm in Republic of Panama going from one base to another, and had the big mirrors on those things. I'm not adjusting. Anyhow, I hit some dude. He moved his hand just in time too. I guess he saw me coming in the mirror. He went like this, and my mirror hit his mirror. Almost had his hand because his hand was out like this. And he was at a red light. I was coming up to that red light. I wasn't going real fast, 15, 20 miles an hour, but he moved his hand. He was yelling in Spanish. I was like, fuck you. Anyhow.
Even though you were wrong.
Well, he should have had his mirror sticking out as big as mine.
We're Americans. Fuck you.
Right.
That's what you embrace the whole American colonization type attitude.
The one time I felt real bad because I went to this island with my girlfriend, a couple guys in my unit, and some people that her family knew had this little hut thing on this island or whatever that we stayed at. We're drinking I'm drinking rum straight. You know how I get when I drink shit straight, right? Anyhow, somehow I heard something about taking a walk, baby, or something in the movie or somebody. Anyhow, this old Panamanian lady was the wife of the guy who owned the hut. Came up asking us something in Spanish. I didn't understand her, and I'm fucked up. And I was like, "Take a walk, baby." She wasn't offended because she didn't understand me. The whole thing. She didn't understand about taking a walk. She was offended that I call her baby. And she got like really an uproar, and my girlfriend's pissed off at me now, and I had to sleep out in the cot on the little front part of it wasn't even in the hut. I was at the front part on the little cot. I was hungover as shit the next morning. I woke up and I offended the whole country of Panama apparently by calling this lady baby. That was pretty damn funny actually in hindsight. But I thought, I was like, man, I should have told that lady to take a walk. But she didn't understand that part. She just was offended that I called her baby. That old lady.
She understood baby, huh?
She thought I was calling her baby. Old lady. Yeah. But I said,
she should have took that as a compliment.
My two friends, though, when I said it, they were laughing. And they both speak Spanish. And when I told her, take a walk, baby, they both looked at me like kind of my brother looked at you when you told those girls, you tell them more. They both looked at me like, and then she started bitching at me, and then they're laughing. Kind of like me and my brother. Yeah. Well, actually, a little bit afterwards, my brother wasn't laughing too much.
I tell you, it was funny. Your brother really reacted to that.
Yeah. Because he had that job there, a new job. He's been there, I don't know how long he was there, like 10 months or something.
Yeah. At that point, yeah.
I can't remember if that was because he started in July and that was the following summer. We did that summer bowling league, so about almost a year almost, but
Yeah, it's funny.
yeah, he was really big on that job.
You know, the thing about Spank is that he got serious about stuff.
Yeah.
And I get it because you got kids, you got a wife, and you got a job and bills and all that kind of crap, and you want to make sure you can provide and everything, and you really want to do well in your new job because it's an opportunity.
And it was a job before. If you got in trouble outside, you're definitely getting fired. So he's always taking precautions. In public.
But I know how he was before he got that job.
Yeah.
When he worked at Pasco, and me and him went to the beach, and we drank and got drunk and went out to a sandbar and got sober. Once we sobered up, and we're walking back, and we see all these freaking stingrays.
You had to do a stingray shuffle, huh?
Yeah, we're shuffling.
He was freaking out, though, huh? That was his first time doing a stingray shuffle.
He was freaking out. He goes, "What the fuck? All these."
He told me also about the time it might have been the same day you're coming back, and you're at a stoplight and you fell asleep at the driving wheel, and he's like waking you up or something like. Great.
I put my foot behind my brake foot, and to make sure it didn't slip or anything.
Right.
Got to take precautions,
Right.
And I put the brake on, put my foot behind there, and then I dozed off for a second or two.
Right. And I've said this many times before. You think he would have went to another concert with us since the last words of all three of us together?
I think that he probably would have done it.
Yeah, especially
he would have been like, "Hey, we got to have some ground rules here, buddies."
Right. Right. No sitting in fucking handicap seats.
Yeah. We're not going to be doing the same thing we did before.
We're not drinking a whole mini keg and a 6-pack before we go in there.
And then drinking 4 or 5 more.
Right.
Yeah. Because he was a little uptight when he had that job and everything, but he wasn't so uptight that he wouldn't have done it. I don't think.
Yeah. It should play out.
I just I think to myself whenever it comes to that kind of stuff, it's like, so what? As far as it goes, if you have a rich family member or whatever like that, and they don't want to give money or whatever, here's the thing. I never asked for anything, never expected anything. Would I like to have been remembered by them? Sure. Would I like to have gotten something from them other than monetary or just a remembrance in some kind of way? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would like to know that they liked me or they thought of me or whatever, like that. And so, in that regard, yes, I would like to have been told. Yeah. But do I expect it? No. And am I going to ask for it? I am not going to ask for it. I'm not going to go over there and say, "Oh, please give me some money. Please buy me this or that," like that. Now, maybe that's the squeaky wheel gets its grease, right? Maybe that's the reason why I don't get it, because I'm not the squeaky wheel. All my cousins or whatever like that go to my aunts or uncles and beg for money and beg for this.
I don't get everything, Jammer, but when my grandmother died, I don't know how much money my parents got from her, but that was enough where when I was in debt, my brother was in debt, my younger brother. Mm-hmm. They gave him $11,000 worth of debt that he had. I only was in $8,000 debt at a time. They're like, "How much?" "Well, we gave your brother $11,000, so we're going to give you $11,000 too, make it even." Yeah. Which I kind of was unfair because I had $3,000 spending money, which I blew it too.
No, but here's the thing about that: if they would have gave $11,000 to him and only $8,000 to you, it wouldn't have been right.
Right. Still, but I did probably bought my brother some beers with that $3,000, so I don't feel too bad. I'm sure you
did.
Yeah, because that was right after Stacy left me that year. So, yeah.
Here's the thing about all that.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. There was probably some insurance, and she probably had so much money saved.
Yeah.
You know, and so you know, I don't expect a landfall from relatives dying and all that stuff.
Oh
I
yeah.
just don't. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be a greedy little. I'm gonna love you. Look, I loved you before
I'm
without
glad I didn't get nothing because I would have blew
ask,
it anyhow back when I was young.
asking for money. I loved you before before you died. I loved you, and I loved you for who you were. I didn't love you for money. And guess
Yeah.
what? If you don't see that, that was your on you.
Right. Now my
Now,
brother.
you leave money to people who don't appreciate it and only
Right.
loved you because you had money.
Oh
That's
yeah.
on you.
And that's
It's
how I feel my brother and his wife was
yeah.
because Sean used to talk all the time.
Hmm.
Grandma and grandma died. My step grandfather. He wasn't married to my grandmother, but they dated for 50 years, whatever. Pretty much is my grandfather, but we call him by his first name.
Yeah.
But he told my brother supposedly, "Oh, you and your brothers don't have to worry when we die," because. And then he supposedly told him that he had 80,000 apiece for us in mutual funds,
Hmm.
which I never saw that. But I think that went when he died, when he was in a nursing home, that money all went to him while he was in a nursing home back to him. I think it was still in his name, so they sucked the money back. Yeah. Anyhow,
That's probably so. Yeah.
but I was like, I think my brother used to tell that to his girlfriends that he always met and his wife, and she probably only got with him probably because it thought, well, 20, 30
Yeah.
years down the road, he might have some money.
Yeah.
And she got money out of him anyhow because when he died, he had this life insurance policy where it was like 6 times his salary.
Hmm.
So that was like, at least 180, $200,000 or more. Yeah.
Well, she
Paid
bought that house, right?
Yeah, bought the house in cash, paid for his funeral, burned him up in ashes. It's not expensive as a fucking burial and a casket and all that. So, yeah, made out like a bandit. Probably all that money's gone now, though. They ruined that house. They fucking extended the house, and where that pool was, the wall went out to where the pool was. So they made another room, and the fucking wall's like this far from the pool. I was like, that was stupid. You're never going to sell this house now.
Oh,
Yeah. Or you're going to have to get rid of the pool and fill the ground in or whatever.
I don't know. That's just.
Yeah.
It was a nice home. I remember the way it was set up.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I remember we did a beer
Sunset
review
Bay.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can we do a beer review over there by the pool? Oh, yeah. We get over there,
Fuck
and,
you.
and the pool was like green water. It wasn't even clean. We couldn't even show it. It was like, oh, shit, we'll just show the background.
I remember doing "fuck you" or whatever.
What was fuck you?
The faux Q beer or whatever.
Oh, was that? Oh, Puckett.
Phuket.
Phuket. Yeah, we would call it fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, we also did we did a crazy, or not crazy horse, Colt 45 there with some bags
Yeah.
on. Yeah, the 5-minute challenge. I didn't pass it. You did.
Yeah, I mean,
4-minute challenge, 32 ounce. Yeah, you got 4 minutes. Yeah, it took me about 6 minutes drinking 32
it
ounce.
took me less than that. It took me.
Yeah.
Like 2
Oh,
minutes.
you're like 2.5 minutes. Yeah. Me on the other hand, it took me about 7 minutes to drink 32 ounce. But that's how I go. And
Yeah, I
now
don't know.
we got to get you on a 40-ounce challenge. But you're getting old now. I don't think you can do that kind of stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, jammer. Well, you're not the same jammer you were back in 2013. That's for sure.
who says?
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, who was really good when we did that 3 16-ounce challenge. We shotgun 16-ounce beers. And you did it at your place, and I did it. Shit, I couldn't even do it hardly. It took me forever. But my girlfriend did it. She almost did it as fast as you did.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I wonder, you still got that video? We should post that someday, huh? Because we didn't post it because she didn't want it on YouTube.
I hope I do.
Man, that'd be great to post it. We probably should wait about 10 more years, maybe. I don't want to get bitched out by her if she finds it somehow. She probably won't find it. You could title the video "Shagdog's Old Girlfriend Pounding Down Some Beers."
Old lady.
Yeah.
Exo lady.
Exo lady pounding down some beers, circa 2014 or whatever it was.
Pounding it.
Yeah, I mean, because she shot those beers, almost beat you.
Just pounding it.
But you know what she did afterwards, though? She puked some of that shit out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she puked some of that. She couldn't handle that foam and shit. She said it was like a lot of foam.
Oh no, I didn't get foam.
Yeah.
I got a little foam there at the end, but not.
You gotta burp it up, is the gas and shit. You know, you gotta burp it. I mean, she burped a couple times, but then she went running to the bathroom puking. Tell me what you got. All right, you ready for the next one, Jim, or you want to call it a day?
Yeah, we can do one more, and then we got to call it.
All right, you probably should call it now so you get to bed. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to call it?
It's up to you.
Secret. I got a secret. Yeah, this little kid came up to me in my grandmother's driveway one day. We were visiting in New York. This is back in.
Secret. I got a secret.
Was I in the army or was it before I went in the army? This little kid came up, secret, I got a secret. But I was like, what the fuck was that? But then I realized his father was a Styx fan or something. I was like, oh, he's singing whatever hell that song was called there.
Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, he's like, secret, I got a secret. Like a little kid was singing that. Wow. Hey, I am Shagdog.
And I am Jammer. We are
The Spit
or Swallow
Beer Review. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care, everybody. Have the beer you deserve.
Secret.
I got a secret.